So this update gave us 7 Vanguard familiars, and I do want to talk about them because when we take a look at the tier list here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 units this update that got Vanguard familiars. The issue with this is that Hibana, you're not running her, but the other 3 I'm okay with. I think Mariolana is pretty good. Escanor is really good. Weather Report, I think it's good. This is the first time we've seen a support unit get a Vanguard familiar, and I think I'm fine with how they did it, or handled it. I think the bouncer did a good job on this one. Hibana is one that's pretty negligible, which is kind of the point of the video. Essentially, what I did was I decided to ask the balancer because when you take a look at the other ones we got this update, we take a look at Quetzalcoatl, Alibaba, and Hie's, they just aren't meta, is what I would say. They're usable, but they aren't meta. And I feel like that's kind of just I'm not gonna say it's disappointing, because when you take a look at every other Vanguard familiar we've gotten in history, I would say almost all of these have been pretty meta. When they came out, they were meta or fulfilled some sort of niche, which these ones just aren't gonna do, I feel like. Which is, not the end of the world. Like I said, I decided to reach out to Balancer to see what he had to say about it. I guess he said a few things. I think basically what he said was, burn and DOT is so strong as it is right now, we don't need more meta options, which is fair. Obviously if we're gonna add them, we are gonna need, some of these to be strong, as what he did with Escanor and Mariolana. These are the 2 strong ones we got for burn and DOT, which is fine. I think that makes sense. Essentially, he said that he believes, I think that Vanguard familiars should just make units competent and modernized, which is fundamentally, when you take a look at what Quetzalcoatl does, what Alibaba does, and Hiei, I would say that's what it does. These units are all modernized now. You can use them. You're not insane, but you can use them. I think that's okay. But I think it's important to just understand that, this is fine. We got 7, obviously not all of you are going to be super insane. Obviously we had 2 supports. Hibana is the biggest question mark to me. Is this is clearly just complete filler to me, in my opinion. You're not going to use this over a bird, personally speaking, anyway. So it's I'm fine with that. That's truly what you imagined. I think that's fine. But moving forward, when we get, because the devs already confirmed that in the next few updates we will be getting more Vanguard familiars. I feel like the new ones moving forward do kind of need to be on. I don't think they need to be quite Eskimore level. I don't think they need to make them the best DPS in the game, but I would say slightly better than Mariolana. Is what I would want, personally speaking. I think that's what the community would want as well. That's my opinion anyway. That's not how they need to be, but it's when you take a look at, I said, all the other Vanguard familiars in the past, there's a few that were meta, defining, being Sukuna, and I would say Alucard, which once again were probably anomalies. I don't think they were. I don't know. I think Alucard makes sense. He's a Vanguard. Sukuna is kind of the one where it's a question mark, where once again I don't think he probably should have been as strong as he was, but he was. It's even still, you take a look at every other one outside of Gilgamesh, I would say these guys were all pretty powerful in some sort of way, and pretty they held their own in the meta, which is kind of what Mariolana is doing. I think most of them are a little bit stronger than Mariolana, which is why I would want to see this new the Vanguard familiars moving forward. And that's kind of the main thing I wanted to kind of bring up, because I feel like a lot of people have been complaining just about just a lot of things about this update, and I feel like this is one of those things where it's I've been talking about it for a long time. You take a look at my other channel, I made a video complaining the fact that Vanguard familiars were just taken away from us, and now they're back. Some, I'm not gonna complain too much. I'm all for them. I want them here, obviously. But moving forward, I would like to see them be a little bit stronger. Like I feel like we're not like I don't feel like I need to say this, but like we're not gonna be getting 7 in an update. God, I hope not. Which if I maybe I should just say it. Like we don't. I think realistically, like 2 to 3 is probably the max we should be getting per update. Realistically, and I think that's also enough to a point where we can get away with making them, you know, strong enough to be competing with the meta, like at least somewhat meta competent, in my opinion. Anyway. Especially since it kind of sounds like they're not doing nearly as many units per update as well. Like if that's truly the case, then I think we can get away with, you know, making these units targeting Vanguard familiars like pretty competitive. That's my personal opinion. I just don't know that for a fact yet. We haven't seen the update, but it's like even this update we have 5 units, right? Which isn't like a small amount, but it also isn't like a whole lot either. So it's like 5 units plus like 2 to 3 Vanguard familiar units. I think that'd be okay if we can make the Vanguard familiar strong. But that's my personal opinion. I feel like, you know, feel free to let me know how you guys feel about them. Like I said, to me personally, these kind of like, I would say these 4 personally kind of just feel like filler to me. Like Quetzalcoatl probably isn't nearly as bad as these 3, but like, you know, Alibaba's, Hibana, and Hiei's like kind of just feel whatever. Same with like I said, even Quetzalcoatl kind of feels whatever to me. These all just kind of, like I said, to me they feel kind of like filler. Unfortunately, like obviously you like I said, it's not, this is like your favorite unit. It's like I can get it, but to me it's like, you know, I don't know. It feels like kind of a little bit of a waste of. I'm not even gonna say development time. I don't think these take much time, but I don't know. I'm just not like I'm not like jumping out of my chair for these, right? Like these just kind of like are just there in the background. It's kind of how I feel about these. But let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.